roly poly over here.
Okay.
To sign this first. This is swearing that what you're going to say is true and correct. That's to your knowledge. This is Commissioner Crooks, Commissioner Hauser, and Commissioner Morrison.
Nice to meet you, gentlemen.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, we have Juniata Township, 457 Grasser Road.
You'll have to speak up a little for me if you would.
Under Ronald Fogel.
Roland D.
Yes.
Yes.
62 acres with a log home and barn and shed.
Is that your property?
That's my property, yeah.
What do you want to tell us about it?
Well, I was in here, I guess on July 27th, 29. And I think we pretty well went over the land at that time. And it seemed now like we're going through it all again. Talking about developable property. Most of the property is more than 8% slope. And that's the minimum required for a sand mound. So without sewage, and of course, water is either here or there, why, it's not developable land. It has private access, it's all dirt roads, about a mile in from it. You can, if you would get the map up, they brought the map up the last time, it shows the contours on it. Yeah, I'm going up the road there.
It's in between there.
And on the,
I'll turn
that's
the
the,
contours
that's the unimproved road there.
because otherwise it's not going to.
Fairly short, maybe I'm wrong.
I'm going to move around just to warn you guys. Move up to the top of it.
Where's the 9 acres of?
I just want you guys to see the contours because if I start zooming out, it's going to take it down. It's going to look closer than what it is.
So where's the log house? Right there.
Oh, wait a minute, yeah, okay.
What's each line? The contour lines?
Well, it isn't, of course, what isn't steep contour, you have wetlands on the bottom, two streams that are going up there to your right.
Oh, no, mine doesn't do that, no Joyce's does that.
Did that go for you? Did that belongs to me?
Didn't really know. Now, if you want to take the take the contour lines off and put it all so we can see how the whole thing.
This is my land lays over the next, to the east of that, I guess you're looking. Yeah, up in there. Quite a gerrymander thing. I don't understand how they got so many corners in one little piece of land. They sure did. I've got a piece there that I can build, my cabin's built on. That you can't turn a dump truck around in, but it's my home and I like it. I don't wanna have to sell it because you fellows have it valued so high. See where I am there? I'm right on the edge of
What
it.
is it?
Yeah.
141.4 for 62 acres and log house, barn, and
I think the last time, all we had to do is just take the land that can be developed and the land that can't be developed, and we came to an agreement.
and we can't do that this time because what was done last time was thrown out because it wasn't done according to standards, so we have to do it for market value this time. So
Well, is the
question-
market value on developable land more than it is on undevelopable land?
What has to be taken into consideration is the highest and best use of a property, whether or not it's.
Same thing,
Yeah.
same thing.
Yeah, so. Question is, if you sold it, could you get 141.4 for 62 acres and the buildings that you have there?
Oh. If I could, I would, but I don't want to sell it. I had no way could I ever get that for it. I paid, what, 17 or something? And that was, I was supposed to inherit it. Of course, you see what the buildings are there. That old smoke house there to the left, that's just a plank building, and I guess you can see the barn. I don't know if it shows the barn or not.
No, we don't have we wouldn't have a picture of the barn.
It's just enough for, well, they had a horse in it, I guess, at one time.
They use cost approach on this. The cost to replace minus the depreciation for the condition versus a true market price, because market had it at 200 and what was it,
200 some
36,000.
thousand, yeah.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Now, do you have this currently enrolled in Clean and Green? Do you have it enrolled in the Clean and Green program?
No, I don't want to do that. That's, if I ever have to give it to my kids or something, and then when I want to sell it, well, they're stuck with that thing.
You can, that doesn't cause you to pay the taxes unless the land use is changed. You can sell it over and over and over, and there's no penalty or anything. It's only if the use changes.
Well,
In
say
Clean
they
and Green.
divided it up, say I've got 4 boys, and say they divided it up, that would be the use of change, wouldn't
No,
As long as each piece was greater than 10 acres.
as long as each
nobody
piece
would
is
have to pay
greater than
for
10
it.
acres, and you can still put on one residence, correct? Yeah, so if you had, we had another gentleman in here who had some ground down in the Saxton area, and he has kids. And he didn't want to go Clean and Green because he thought, well, I have 3 kids, and if I want to give them all, 15 acres, I think he had a lot more than that, say 20 acres, that they could build a house, and they can. You're allowed one house, and they have to keep the rest into what the Clean and Green usage was. So, I mean, Clean and Green's really a great program.
it? What is the use of it now? What are you valuing it at?
Well,
Where are you getting that kind of money?
the Clean and Green rate was what, 20,
Well, he's got.
it was about 100,000 less than what you, a little less than 100,000 less. The land value under Clean and Green would be 28,720 plus.
Yes.
Oh,
That's total.
That's everything, okay.
Even with the house.
Your total assessment, if you got in, put the property in Clean and Green, would be 28,000 for everything.
Well, if there's no difference, why would it be so much higher the other way? What is it the way you have it now?
Well, Clean and Green was a program that was enacted in the 70s for preferential assessments to keep land from being developed.
Large land.
141.4 right now. Total.
Well, where did they come up with an amount like that? I mean, that's, I bet a property on 62 acres on Route 31 paved wouldn't be that much, would it? Let's see, where do they get the 141,000?
Based on sales in your area of properties that have sold recently within the last 2 years, which would have been the study.
Yeah, there wasn't any.
Well, if there's not any
There wasn't a
near you,
comparable property sold.
Will they go with the acreage amount and what the per acre sales are showing in that Juniata Township and then out from there
Yeah, but
based on
that
what's.
has to be a piece of
Wait,
land on
without-
lot 30
without-
or 31.
What is it, 141,000, how many acres?
62.
And what would be the house, the buildings? Just give me an estimate of what the buildings would be.
20,200 is what the
What?
other building's at.
So what's the
Land
ground?
121.
What's
Ground is
21,
only
41.
121 what?
Two.
2? And how many acres is that?
62. Almost 2.
Oh, they'd take
That's
off the building.
$1,900 an acre.
Yeah,
That's
but
not
they-
unreasonable for,
They take off 10 for the building, you gotta remember that.
you know, we took that off, ends up being $1,954.
One, not 10.
What?
One and one.
Well, yeah, the,
You know,
oh, I'm sorry, I did take off 2. I didn't take off any, I did divide by 62. Divided by 61. I'm sorry, I did do 62. Raised a couple bucks. $1,980 an acre.
Yeah, that's not any way. Just, if it, I think they must have done something like it would be on 31, where all those beautiful houses are down there along 31.
Well, some of those are going for a lot more than, I mean, a lot of the ones where there's like what we call developable land are going for 29 and 30,000 an acre.
Yeah, down the developable
Right.
land, yeah. That's
Right,
a lot
that's-
different than land.
Yeah, that's a lot, and 30,000 is a lot different than 1,900.
There's no way that, I mean, I'd have that one residence, they couldn't build a house anywhere near the size of those houses if they tore mine down. I don't know if you can see that, I'm right on the, there's a stream right beside that little shanty to your left of that, there's a stream right there. And to turn around, all you can do is turn your car around in there. And that is the only place that I could build on that property. As part of the comparable piece of property, I don't know where there's been one sold, the Sportsman bought some hunting ground adjacent to me, they bought a couple hundred acres over there.
That'd be Baltimore.
Sportsman, yeah.
Yeah, I know where that
They're
is.
adjacent, I'm right up by the shooting range, that's a shooting range
Right,
right
okay.
there.
All right, I know where you're at.
Yeah. If you could show me something that's sold in that area for that kind of money, well, there just hasn't been anything, nothing sold up there. And like I say, I'm on a private lane, access is by private road. Juniata Township comes in there so far and then they end.
Yeah.
While they're pulling that up, do you have anything else you want to present?
Well, what I'm saying is access, and we just don't have anything to compare it with, nothing's been sold up there. And the contours on developable land, I mean, if it would be developable land, there'd be a place to build, wouldn't there?
No.
You'd have to have a place to build if you wanted to call it anyway near, get the money you're talking about there.
60 acres sold for 160,000. Juniata Township vacant ground.
Where was that?
Juniata Township.
Where, show me where that is. It's gotta be on a hard road probably.
Trailer.
What's that land use code F?
Means it's over 10 acres.
Is what?
It's over 10 acres.
Oh,
Where's that one?
Juniata.
Juniata Township
It
as
was
well.
all junior.
Yeah, I searched all just Juniata Township.
Just the Juniata Township sales.
Carl, you will.